Life often presents us with comfort zones, routines, environments, and relationships that make us feel secure and predictable. However, these comfort zones, while safe, rarely foster growth. They exist with boundaries, limits, and restrictions. God's plans for us, however, are limitless. He does not want us confined to spaces that can no longer contain the person He is shaping us to be. Thus, He disrupts our comfort not to punish us, but to propel us towards something greater. This stirring can initially be confusing. You may question whether you're simply going through a phase, doing something wrong, or why things that once brought joy no longer have the same effect. Yet, this isn't about failure or loss. It's about alignment. God is aligning your heart with His purpose. The discomfort you're experiencing is His way of saying, it's time to move, grow, and trust in this process. You might also notice a growing dissatisfaction with surface-level things. Shallow conversations, repetitive tasks, or superficial relationships that once sufficed now leave you longing for depth. This shift is because God is calling you to a deeper level of faith and purpose. He's pulling you away from distractions and towards something fulfilling. The things that no longer feel right are part of a season ending, and God is preparing you for a new chapter that requires more trust, faith, and courage. It's crucial to recognize that this discomfort is not meant to destroy, but to refine you. Consider how a caterpillar feels in its cocoon. A once secure home becomes tight, dark, and restrictive. Yet, it's within this discomfort that transformation occurs. Without the cocoon, the caterpillar could never become a butterfly. Similarly, without discomfort in the familiar, you might never realize it's time to spread your wings and embrace what God has in store. Sometimes this discomfort can lead to conflict, not only internally but with others. Those around you may not understand why you're no longer content with the status quo. They may even urge you to remain in the comfort of predictability. However, their perspective is limited. They cannot see the full picture of what God is doing in your life. This is why seeking His guidance and trusting His timing is crucial, even when others don't understand. Discomfort can also manifest as a loss of passion for things that used to excite you. Investing energy in projects, relationships, or commitments that once felt meaningful may now be harder. This isn't due to laziness or ingratitude. Your spirit recognizes there's more. God is redirecting your focus, gently nudging you to let go of what no longer serves His purpose. This shift in passion signifies your priorities aligning more closely with His will. Feeling isolated during this time is common as God pulls you out of your comfort zone. Walking a path others cannot follow can be lonely, but it's necessary. God often separates us from the crowd so we can hear His voice more clearly. By removing distractions and influences that could hold us back, He creates space for us to draw closer to Him and gain the clarity needed for the journey ahead. Discomfort in the familiar can also evoke fears and doubts. You might wonder if desiring something different is a mistake, or feel guilty for outgrowing people, places, or roles that once meant so much. It's vital to remember that growth is not betrayal. You're not abandoning anyone or anything. You're stepping into the next phase of God's plan for your life. It's okay to mourn what you're leaving behind, but don't let that mourning prevent you from moving forward. God may use circumstances to reinforce discomfort. Opportunities you once relied on may dry up, or doors that were always open may begin to close. Such moments can feel discouraging, but they are part of God's plan to redirect you. He's making it clear that it's time to move on, even if you're not entirely sure what's next. Trust that He's not just taking you away from something, but leading you towards something greater. Discomfort in the familiar is a challenging experience, but also a profound gift. It's God's way of showing you're ready for more. It's a sign that He sees your potential and wants to bring you into a season of growth, transformation, and purpose. This discomfort catalyzes, pushing you out of complacency and into a deeper relationship with Him. It reminds you that your story isn't over, and there's so much more He wants to do in and through you. When God begins leading you into a new season, One evident sign is that doors that were once open start to close. These closed doors can be unexpected, leaving you questioning what went wrong or why things didn't work out as planned. You may have moved forward with confidence only to find the path blocked, opportunities lost, or relationships ending. At first, this can feel frustrating, even devastating. But when God closes a door, it is never without purpose. Closed doors are deliberate acts of divine intervention, redirecting your steps toward something better. Encountering closed doors can be confusing because it often feels like rejection. You might feel that your hard work, dedication, or prayers have been in vain. You might wonder why God allowed you to invest time and energy into something that didn't work out. However, what seems like rejection is often God's protection. He sees what you cannot see. He knows the dangers, distractions, or dead ends beyond that closed door. By shutting it, He spares you from heartache, missteps, or situations that could derail His plan for your life. Closed doors can take many forms: missed opportunities, jobs you didn't get, promotions that passed you by, or business ventures that failed to launch. They might appear in relationships, friendships that fade, partnerships that end, or romantic connections that don't work out. Sometimes the closed door is a dream you've held on to for years, worked tirelessly for, only to watch slip away. In each scenario, the temptation is to dwell on what was lost or to keep knocking on the door, hoping it will reopen. But God doesn't close doors arbitrarily. He closes them to guide you toward the doors He has prepared for you. When a door closes, it often feels abrupt, catching you off guard and leaving you scrambling to understand why. This is because we tend to rely on our plans, assuming what we've envisioned is the best path forward. But God's plans are higher than ours, and His timing is perfect. When He closes a door, it's because He has something greater waiting on the other side. The challenge is trusting that truth in the moment, especially when the closed door feels final. Discomfort in the familiar is a profound gift, nudging you toward growth and deeper faith. Embrace this season as God's way of preparing you for the next step in your journey. Trust that He is leading you toward something greater, even if the path seems unclear. His plans for you are filled with hope and a future, crafted with a purpose far beyond what you can imagine.